Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is the second in the series where we are doing some stash busting. I'm attacking my big grab bag of scraps that you saw me sat in the first episode. I will link that down below. We made 4 journals. So we've got this tent fold one here. And this is all for my scraps. We've got this sort of smaller one here, another square one, because I actually don't have square junk journals, but this is just a normal fold, and this one here. So the sizes of the journals were sort of based on the sizes of scraps that I had to hand. I think this one looks good as a front cover, so I'm going to pop that to the side, and today we are going to decorate those. So I still have to the side of me all the scraps that we organised. We still have a big bag of slightly smaller itty bitty bits that we will gradually get to, but for the minute I am just going to work on these. I had actually emptied my bit box. I did that in a collage challenge that I set myself, and I was so delighted with myself because I actually sorry, I've got washi and all sorts stuck here. I actually got to the bottom of my bit box just by creating 4 cards using a collage style element, and I was just so chuffed with myself. So part of me doesn't really want to you know, fill up my bit box again, but then part of me is thinking, do you know, if it's in front of me you end up using it. And I was watching Laura, the Jersey crafter, and she was saying, somebody had said, unless it's on your desk, you're not going to use it. And it's so true, because if you're crafting away, the amount of times you just grab stuff near to hand just because it's there is huge. I do it all the time. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking, do you know what, actually I am going to have put stuff on. So what I've done is, these are bits and pieces that I have got from various card making magazines, or oh, I like that, or embellishment kits that I've almost used them up. I've also put these stickers in because my daughter bought me these. They're not something that I would have ever sort of picked up and bought for myself, but she had bought me those, so I just thought, why not use it? Now, to be honest, I am not going to go massively to town on this. I just want a little bit of decoration. I'm actually thinking that is working for me absolutely fine. Just in that, because I tend to use my junk journals as art journals, and so I don't want a incredibly bulky front cover. I want to be able to work on it without too many lumps and bumps underneath, because it just makes it slightly easier to work on. But I just want them to be a little bit more interesting than they currently are. I'm not even going to bother getting out my distress inks and my gesso and making it all pretty. That'll all gradually come as I sort of art in these journals. At the minute I'm just turning them into journals for myself. So I'm going to take that, and as I said, these were elements that were in a magazine. All the bits that I am using are from that massive bag of bits that I sorted through. So I'm just going to take the pips off. It's amazing how all of us crafters feel a compulsion to have to take the pips off. It's funny because I keep saying anybody that isn't a crafter is never probably going to notice them, but we're all always like, need the pips, need to take the pips off. Okay. Glue that back down. This cover, it feels lovely, but it's got sort of like an embossed gloss detail on it, which is really very pretty, but it's making the glue a little bit more difficult to stick down. So yeah, I've just grabbed a scrap out of my scrap pile there, thinking that looks quite pretty. I've got this here, and I think that might be that. I might just put it to the side, and as I'm finding bits and pieces for the fronts of the other covers, I might see a little element that I just want to put down. I'm thinking that I might have to get better glue. Let's get the good old let's get some of this. Get some of this stuff. This stuff seems to stick anything together. It's lethal. Right, because we're just struggling a little bit. But this stuff seems to be incredibly strong. Let's burnish that down a little bit. will know for next time if I am about to stick something on slightly embossed card that I need something a bit better than the wet glue. Although the wet glue should hold it once it's dry. Oh my goodness, I'm having difficulties. Normally if you burnish that, that should be enough to lift it. Nope. Right, okay, hang on a second. Just also noticed this little strip in my bit box, and I think that would layer up quite nicely with everything else that we've got going on there, because we've sort of got the black and white and those soft blues and pinks. I'm thinking that'll just stick down. I know this is going to sound really silly, but I think half of the problem that I'm having with the tapes and things like that is my nails are wrecked. I normally have pretty strong nails. It takes a lot to destroy my nails, to be honest. I don't do anything to them. I don't look after them. I don't use nail strengthener. I don't condition them. I very rarely use hand cream. Yeah, don't particularly look after my nails, but have particularly, I don't know, sort of naturally strong nails. But I think with all this washing your hands, my hands are wrecked. I feel like I am putting on hand cream about 20 times a day and nothing is fixing it. And oh my goodness, yeah, I just feel like, yeah, it's having a real impact. And my nails are so short, they are never normally this short. So normally when it comes to picking up off double-sided tape, it's just I catch it with the end of my nail and it's no bother at all. I just seem to be having great difficulties because yeah, my nails aren't there. So I'm not overly thinking this. I'm not like spending ages looking at it, working out what was going where. I've literally got this pile of scraps beside me. I picked up a scrap that sort of looked like it would go and did that. Well, that's quite pretty. Did that. Right, I'm going to actually just chop that one down with my guillotine. Grabbed that. So I'm going to be crafting with you for probably a little while. I don't know if I'll finish this video because I am having a girls' night in tonight. So a few of my friends, we're going to get together on Zoom, have a wee glass of something or other, and just a little bit of fun. We can't meet up for coffee at the minute, and you know, sort each other out that way. So we're doing it with Zoom instead. So yeah, having fun. Looking forward to that. And although this is kind of quite a short video and I'm not that far into it at this moment in time, I have been recording most of the day, so I'm actually quite dry. So a wee glass of bubbly is just what the doctor ordered. We had fun last night. I probably mentioned it in my last video, and by the time you're watching this it was probably ages ago. But we did turned our dining room into a restaurant. So my daughter and I made a big sign and we called it the McNeil Diner, and we made menus and she chose the menu. So it was meant to be this posh restaurant meal, but it ended up being, well, of course it was her choice. So we had mozzarella sticks for starters, and then we had macaroni cheese, but my husband did do them in individual dishes and everything. It was so cute. And we had what else did we have? And then a funny face sundae. Although my hubby did make a lemon meringue pie for me, because I don't know, I'd just been sitting talking about my granny's lemon meringue pie, and yeah, I was talking about that, and he made me lemon meringue pie. I have to say, I did like what he did. Wasn't quite up to the standard of my granny's ones, but I did like it. It was pretty good, and it was so sweet of him to do that. So got a little bit of leftover bubbly, because I'd said if I was out for a restaurant I'd certainly be having a glass of wine with my meal. So I felt it was important to have some with my my fake restaurant meal. Kind of wishing I'd put a sort of, let's see, make this work one way or another. I'll just slide it under. Let's do it that way. Oh yeah, I like it. Yes, as I said, I'm not even thinking, I'm just sort of picking up random sheets of paper that are beside me and sticking them down and seeing what happens. I'm feeling that I might need a wee sticker or something there. I don't have anything to hand that's, well, I've got the ones that my daughter got. I think it's the wrong sort of colours for that. So I think what I'll do is I'm just going to pop that one aside as well. So I have those two, very similar, but I'm quite liking them. Okay, so and we'll move on to this one, and then I might pull out some stickers, just to sort of finish it off with. Okay, so again, just got papers that are next to me, and I'm just not even thinking. I'm just going to rip it up and stick it down and just see what we end up with. So yep, getting through the scraps. So I'm thinking there's probably enough there to maybe make another journal. Would you like to see another journal made, or would you like to do something completely different? I do have ideas, lots of ideas to do stuff completely different. I mean, I know I normally quite liked, I've done quite a few videos where I've created a collage and things like that, but I'm sort of trying to move away from my norm as well. And it's like, that's the way I would do it. But then I'm also aware that a lot of people do junk journaling and bits and bobs with their scraps. So, but I suppose we all have a different approach to it, and it's nice to sort of see everybody's ideas. So what would you like to see me do with my scraps, or are you just open to let me play and hopefully that I do something that inspires you and makes you think, oh yeah, I can do that. But I'm just thinking, how cool would it have been to come out of lockdown and to think that, okay, I've managed to sort my craft room, although it doesn't look like it right now, but I sort of did a deep clean of it, so I know that if I actually just spent half an hour and put things away, it would be nice and tidy and organised, so I'm not too worried about that. But how good would it be to come out of lockdown and think, right, okay, my craft room is tidy and I actually used all my scraps. That would be so good. I mean, there's no way I'm going to use all my stash. We'd need to sort of be in lockdown for about 10 years for that to happen. But if I manage to get to the bottom of my scraps, that will be awesome. I will be delighted with that. Right, so this bit of paper has a few little sort of cut apart elements. So I'm thinking I'll just do exactly that, cut them apart and layer them up and see what we have. I think it could be quite interesting. And then of course, obviously, we're going to have to art journal in these. And yeah, I don't know if I want that black one, because we've got quite sort of soft pretty colours so far. Got this little bit that went on my last journal. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, I'm just going to take that bit of black, still a sort of black edging to that. So what have you all been doing to keep yourselves entertained during lockdown? Have you crafted your way through it? Have you thought outside the box? Do you know, in some respects, like, it's an awful situation, and like, I have had friends that are not been well or had loved ones in hospital. I know I've got a particular friend that is struggling with survivor's guilt, so it's not an easy time at the moment whatsoever. But I've also somehow sort of realised there's lots of things I'm like, why haven't I always been doing that? Like, I have had 2 Zoom crafty sessions with friends that live nowhere near me, so why I didn't think about doing that before, but I think because I've just sort of become aware of, you know, video conferencing, and like, life has had to happen through video conferencing, so suddenly you become a lot more familiar with it. So I had a little crafty session with a friend of mine from Australia. I had a crafty session with some friends down south, and like, that's been fun, and I'm hoping that when I come out of lockdown that, you know, that might be something that I take with me and realise, oh, actually I could have been doing that all the time. Right. No, I don't know if I want that bit of black on there. What have we got here? We've got some sentiments here. All you need is love. Right. This paper I think I have had in my stash for ages, and it was already down to like only 2 or 3 pages to go, and I've often thought, you know, I should just sit and craft with that bit of, oh, look at that, I like that. I should just sit and craft with this paper pad and just finish it, because I probably would have finished it with just like 2 cards or something. I could have done it really easily, but it's just sat there. It's one of those things. That's what I mean about, unless it's on your desk, sometimes you forget about it. Okay, so I'll put that across there. Right, I'm going to just tidy away all those scraps there, and then maybe I'm just going to have a wee look through my stickers and just see if there's sort of little elements that we can add, because I don't particularly want to be adding lots of die cuts or dimension, because as I said earlier, I want to be able to work. I want these to be workable journals, and I much prefer a flat cover if I'm going to work in my journal. So I have pulled out some stickers. I'm just also going to grab a bit of washi, because this little border that I like, it's just not wanting to stick down. So it's not going to have the same impact with a little bit of pink washi down, but I just think it's going to secure it a little bit better. So at the end of the day, that's what I want. Now I've pulled out a load of stickers just because they're flat. I haven't actually even really looked at them to see if they will match or anything like that. So this could be interesting. We'll see what we have, what we can sort of pile on, but it's still stash busting. These are still stickers that have been sat in my stash for a while and are needing used up. So this I bought from a craft shop that's probably been closed for, I don't know, about 5 years. I hate to think how old these are. So they're mostly letter stickers, to be honest, but we've got a few things at the back here which might work. I should actually sort of, oops, put all 3 out. Oops, sorry. I feel like all I'm saying is whoops, 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 whoops. Right, I think that could go on that neck quite nicely on that one. Maybe this one too, actually. Is that? I don't know. Don't know. Okay. Well, that doesn't last long. Don't know if these will go at all, or whether they'll just be a bit bright, but we might have some little bits and pieces in amongst it that might work. Let's see. Right, the other thing is I've got these chenille ones. So this might have a bit more. Do I want unicorns? I don't think so. Let me see. I've got some flowers here. That might be quite good. I don't really want ones with the gold edging to them though. Is that the only flowers I've got in here? I've got some here. Okay. Right. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, that works there. And then maybe we can put one. Oops. Just trying to, yeah, maybe there. Okay. Actually not loving that there. I'm not loving it there. Does it work? Actually, it might work better on this one. Yeah. I like it a little bit better on that one. I'm thinking those are going to be too bright. Oh, I am being a fusspot, aren't I? Bit of a fusspot. There's one of those banners there that look like it might go. Nope. Sorry. Okay, so I've just added a little girl there and a word that says smile there. Those are kind of been left. I've added that and love this. But now this part isn't looking like it works very well. So I'm just going to stick that one down. So I've got "you're capable of amazing things," which I think is a good thing to have and be reminded of in your journal. So I've got, whoops, these little birdies here. Oops. And I'm just going to grab some of those and just stick them down a little bit. Those are more stars, what we've got here. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. if you can't go for it in a junk journal, where can you go for it? That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, it's sort of a cross between like a soft vintage skirt and then a bit bright and psychedelic. So yeah, I think I'm quite liking it. I suppose it's very retro. Right, I am going to have to call it a day anyway. I need to go and get my bubbly and get set up for my girls to join me, so that we can have a little evening of just relaxing. It's quite difficult in these times, so yeah, trying to create a sort of normality is quite important. Actually, I'm quite liking that, but I'm not sure if the black will go. I'm thinking, how appropriate would that be for a journal? In fact, I'm just going to stick it in. Here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm just thinking it's an appropriate sticker for a journal. Okay, I am going to call that done. So yeah, because we can always, if I see things that I like better, I can add them while I'm journaling on them. So those are those 3 covers done. We've still got lots more stash busting and scrap attack ideas to come. So if you have enjoyed it here, please do consider liking and subscribing. And I will be back again very soon. Okay, take care then, and goodbye.